What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening, people. This is Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, Cleveland, Ohio, Zone 6B, with my co-host hanging with me tonight. I haven't been feeling well, and she's been sticking right with me, Miss Annie. All right. So I want to say welcome to all of you who watching the replay and the ones that are also in the chat. Thank you for coming in this evening. I hope you like our topic for tonight. And if you like me, show me that you like me just a little bit and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified of any new videos that I might upload. Like, share, and subscribe. So I want to say hello to the folks in the chat. I see we had some in here earlier. I want to thank you guys for coming in bright and early, getting me started. I bring it every day. Woo woo. All right, hon. Nice to see you in here this evening. G Quad, I know if you're not already asleep, you're taking your nightly nap. And please enjoy and have sweet dreams. He said, yeah, swinging by and let me know. I appreciate it though. I do. Jeanette Cruz and Homestead, thank you for stopping in this evening. I appreciate you. I hope your weather is nice out here right now. It's raining cats and dogs, and the winds is high. Yes, indeedy. And I'm just like, okay, long as it stays out there. Hey, Dolores, I see you made it in. Cheryl, Norris, what's up? What's up? Glad to see you in here. Mike. Only get replaced by water melter. Yeah, good it's done. Yeah, but as long as it don't freeze, because less than 2 weeks ago we had minus, 6 degrees outside, and all that rain we had before turned the city into a black ice skating rink, and it was horrible out there. Yeah, Mike, you see your girl over here. Yeah, I have been a little bit under the weather before. She was just at my feet. Now she up at my head. I was asleep and she was checking on me. She took a little pause. She did like that. I said, I'm still breathing. Mama's okay. So now I can't get her to leave. Just gifted. Thank you for stopping in to see me. I greatly appreciate it. And Backyard Scarring, thank you. Yep. All these lovely folks is in here. That's right, Mike. And Sean, that you like me a lot. Joshua, what's up? What's up? Hope you're doing well and enjoying your new apartment. Sylvia, I was thinking about you today, girl. I was. Everybody saying hello to one another in the chat, which I appreciate. Everybody acknowledge one another. Yeah, for the last couple of days, it's been a little rough. Uh, I don't know. I might end up back in the hospital because of the swelling in my leg, and I'm still dealing with this blood clot. So it's not dangerous to the point whereas I'm short of breath or it broke loose in traveling, but it's causing a lot of swelling in my leg, which makes it harder for me to do physical therapy. So they're going to give it one more day and see what it's like. Right now, I got it propped up. Got my ice pack. I'm sitting here with it now, hoping that'll help a little bit. Ice pack do help a little bit. It does. Just trying to keep the swelling down. We need sensor blur. Oh yeah, per her bath. Yeah, I'm sorry. Did she throw that leg up, Mike? Like, okay. I was trying to get her to jump down, but she jumped back up there. She did jump down, then she jumped back up there. So she's staying kind of close next to me because it was a rough morning this morning, and I haven't been able to peel her off of me all day. So I ain't mad. Shows she loves me and cares about me. Yeah, she even been talking real soft at me. Instead of that, yeah, she's like, yeah. I was like, no, Mama, okay. I'm doing all right. Pain meds just kicked in. I'm feeling a little bit better. If you ever think about it, go in. Yeah. Oh, well. They didn't tell me what to do. I got my sister and my granddaughter both on standby. Yep. And I got good health coverage. Yep. Helps a lot. Love you. Yeah, I love them too. I got it on here. Hey, Serena, I hadn't seen you for a minute. I hope you're okay. Nice to see you this evening. Glad you were able to stop by. Uh, my eyes was a little blurry, like a dummy. I put my eye drops in before the live instead of after the live. So I'm trying to find out what glasses I can see out of to focus. Let's see if I can see out of these. What's your I by hash is hashtag MSOG. That's what I thought it was, Dolores. Who's I'm looking for? Okay, I'm sorry. Ice packs, Serena, backyard. What do you call the chore list a lemon gives her husband? A honeydew list. Oh, she ain't got started, so we know Serena is back. All right, Serena. Hey, Miss J.K. Gardner. Saying hello to everybody in the chat. Oh, I know what I was looking for. My question tonight is, did you learn to save money on soil, tools, wood, fertilizer since you joined this garden group? Because a lot of people that's in our garden group are new gardeners. And a lot of people didn't start gardening again until the pandemic. Some people came up gardening and then they got away from it because they figured they didn't like it or that wasn't for them. But then once the pandemic hit, um, things started to click and make sense, and they started coming back towards being self-sufficient as far as growing food for family and friends and neighbors and what have you. So, what did you learn from our garden group? Because I know that I learned a whole lot of new ways on how to garden. A lot of my equipment I had, and it's old. It was cheap at the time I bought it, but that same equipment is a lot more expensive now. But it's really good equipment, so it has lasted me over the years. So a lot of people who started gardening again didn't have a lot of this equipment. So I was just wondering how many watching the group knew where to go to find bargains as far as soil and tools and what have you. Gardening is great. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, D, it's still not working. So I wonder if it's just MSOG without the hashtag. But I did put in hashtag MSOG. What is this on my sleeve? Oh, a plant. Okay. Because what I want to tell y'all, when I came up with this topic, I started writing down a list of all the stuff that I know I have bought over the years and was going on the back pages. And I couldn't believe all the stuff that I bought and stuff I learned to combine and edit in regards to having the right equipment in order to garden. You know, like they say, you can't build a house unless you got the right tools. Same thing with the garden. Sylvia said, I love gardening. Harvest a lot today to make room for spring. See, that's nice. But what did you have to get together before you could do all of that? Pretty girl. Oh, the chat just took off. I see pretty girl. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Mike said Home Depot had a spend 50, get $20 off. So I bought bags of soil for tea. Okay. All right. All right. But you found a bargain. You look for a bargain. For people who are starting out for the first time and don't know that all these bargains are available, what kind of money are you spending? And then later on coming into the garden group and said, wow, I wish I'd have known that before I bought such and such and such, because it would have saved me a lot of money. Sylvia says, I'm constantly looking for sales on everything I use. Right. And I know in a lot of stores I go into, the first thing I do is I go look for the clearance section, whether it's flowers on the outside in the garden department or tools in the tool shop, hardware on the inside. I'm always looking to either replace or upgrade. Uh, Serena said, I spent a lot less on seeds this year using what I have. Exactly. And then with the seed mist and talking to other folks and listening to them, you know, I got a lot of seeds that I never seen before, didn't even know existed, but I got them now, and I'm ready to try them just to see um, me grow something different. You know, you try to grow something new other than your regulars like your tomatoes and peppers and what have you. But if you can grow some extra, yeah, I try that too. Cheryl says, I'm in Missouri. They don't have the good stuff and bargains yet. And you know what though, boy? I found a lot of stuff at yard sales too. If you know somebody who passed away or moving from a house to a condo and they might have had stuff in their yard they used and they either giving it away or selling it to you little for nothing, you'd be surprised how you can get stuff, but you got to keep your ears and your eyes open, in regards to what's going on. Pretty Girl says, I learned to let plants go to flower to save seeds. There you go. Yep, I got a bunch of seeds. I grew some honeydew melon one year. No, that wasn't honeydew. That was cantaloupe. Man, I got like 1,000 seeds from that one little cantaloupe. I'm giving them away. Anybody want them? And that cantaloupe was so sweet. Oh my God. I'm not a big cantaloupe eater, but when you grow your own, it's just something different about it. Makes you want to grow some more. So, y'all, so I already had everything I needed to get. Oh, the chat just jumped. Let me see if I can bring you back down. I already had everything I needed to get transferred over. I bought most last year when they had the end of the season sale. That's one way of doing it. And also at the beginning too. There go my other internet son, GT. What's up? Look, somebody said C's and GT's. You funny, GT. Uh, Sylvia said, I will spin on seeds and trees. Yeah, you see my last couple of videos. Yeah, I've been blowing them up. My sister took me one day and my girlfriend took me the other. I'm trying to get them to take me to our other garden places to see if they got their trees in yet. Our weather been so bipolar over here. I don't know if they let the trucks bring up stuff in yet, because of the weather being so cold. You can't put fruit trees, leave them outside here, and then it drops, to 15, 20 degrees. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't had a chance to get out and scout around. I can find seeds anywhere because they're indoors. But as far as outdoor plants, because I was watching Nikki's full video Wednesday about where was she at? Home Depot and going through. See, we don't get plants and stuff like that because we're in a colder state. Uh, and I know she's pretty cold because she's up on the East Coast, but still, for some reason, we don't always get the fruit trees and berry bushes and stuff like other people get. So right away. So it takes us a minute. Sometimes we don't see that stuff till end of March, beginning of April. Once in a while they might surprise and get it to you early. Because last year, Wally World didn't get any fruit trees or bushes, and that's where I get the majority of them because I can catch a good bargain. I get to know the folks in those different garden departments. They'll hook you up. So, but they didn't get none last year. So I might have to go on the west side or further out to check out other Wally Worlds to see if they got anything in. Mike said, buy the cheapest dirt to fill bottom of the beds. People waste tons of money filling with premium soil. Only need the top 4 inches or so good soil. Plus, can amend any soil to make it premium. Right. It's like a lot of us has learned you don't throw away soil. Period. I don't care if you don't have a worm in sight, never seen a worm. That's why they call amendments. You can add those in it to build your soil back up. When I was getting those other soils, they had blood meal and bone meal. And I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I took my little spare change and I bought it. And so I'll have it when I get the plant stuff. LGGG, hello. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Everybody saying hello to one another. Appreciate you. Bammy. Hey, sis. What's up? Oh, everything's up. Prices of gas is up. Prices of food is up. The rent, mortgage, everything is up. I even got my leg up and being iced over here. Serena says, my city does a compost release in fall and spring, but you have to have a pickup, which I don't have. So I get my compost from Boy Scouts. Now, let me tell you something used to happen here in my city. They would collect all our leaves and stuff because we got a lot of trees. We're known for having quite a few trees here. And they would collect our leaves and they would compost them. And in the spring, we were able, if you had a pickup truck, or I've seen people put buckets in their trunk and go, you could get free mulch and free compost. Well, they stopped doing it because they had contractors, landscaper contractors that was sneaking in and just stealing the mulch and the compost because they didn't have anybody to sit out there and watch every day. Because if you had your driver's license, or one of your cards to go to, we have a pavilion there that has all kinds of sports equipment and stuff there, they knew that you were a resident. But some of these guys would sneak in early in the morning or in the middle of the night, and they would literally steal all the mulch and topsoil and compost. And when the residents came, there was none out there. So they stopped doing it. Now, they haven't stopped making the compost and mulch. They use it only now for landscaping around the city, the trees, the landscaping around the public buildings and what have you, but it's not open to the residents anymore. So that kind of pissed us off and hurt ours at the same time because I was getting free mulch because I made a bargain with my neighbor. I told him about it. I showed my ID and we got to go in there and I would have a shovel, he had a shovel, and sometimes we bring a third person and everybody would fill up the truck a couple of times and take a truckload for each one. They got free mulch or topsoil, and I got the help too as well. But neither here nor there. That's done away with. So now I had to find another resource. So then that's when I started hitting our local Home Depot for busted bags on stuff. Um, and other neighbors who would actually bring me bags and stuff, say, well, I'm not gardening anymore, I'm not doing it, don't do you want this? Or I go over there and just find stuff in the lot, to use in the yard. So my neighbors have been quite generous over the years in regards to watching me. They would actually sit out on their porch and watch me work in the garden because it's in an open lot, a quarter of an acre lot. So um, I had to get frugal and I had to become creative in regards to stuff I bought in order to keep my garden going because it can get expensive, when you're trying to do a lot. CP Family Farming, hello. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Sylvia said they have gone crazy with the prices of trees. I find better prices online and Etsy. I will grow from a cutting, learning how to take cuttings myself and root them. Yeah. I got to get those cuttings that I made from my fig trees. They got leaves. They're getting leaves on. If I keep leaving them in that water, it's gonna be hard for them to catch on in soil. So, but I've learned how to make cuttings and to multiply and extend mine. And then I hit a few nurseries. Like my original figs I got from Bottom's Nursery. I got them as small ones. They were like $9.99 a piece, and now they're $10.99 a piece if they're not already sold out. And I've had a couple of years. This year, I hope to see my Black Mission and my Italian honey produce. I've already been getting for the last 2 years figs off my Chicago Hardy. So, oh, and I think I got a brown turkey. I think I have four different kinds and all of them. And so that one, though, that Black Mission, I thought it was dead because the rest of them started getting new leaves. They're all full of new leaves. They're all in the basement right now under grow lights. And I was like, Dad, just didn't make it. And I went down there. I snuck down there the other day because I did a load of clothes. My sister brought them up, but I snuck down. I put clothes in a pillowcase, and I just threw down each level, and I get down to the next level, and I grab and I throw it down another level until I got to the basement. So that's how the clothes got in the basement. And I wanted to check on my Miwok kumquat. I think I better get those off before they just dry up and die because they hadn't been watered since I had been in the hospital. So I watered them real good before I went in there. But oh, I hope I didn't lose one of my Meyer lemons too because it looked pretty dry. But anyway, I've learned to take cuttings off of my other fruit and put it in water. Some I put in dirt and I try to see which one took the longest to produce. And the ones in the soil took a little longer than the ones that was in the water to produce roots, but they still produce. So I'm good with that. A scoop of compost is $10. Well, we have a garden center not far from us. It's pretty close, and they sell like square yards of compost mix, and also half or topsoil where you can do half and half. They also sell mulch by the truckloads and stuff. So we got it pretty good over here if push come to shove. And sometimes buying a couple of square yards come out cheaper than buying a bunch of busted bags. And it's easier because they dump it in one big heap of wherever you want it, and then you can take it from there in regards to how you want to refill your grow bags, or bring up your raised beds levels up, because they sink after a while. So, and I could fill up, my pots around the yard for my plants and other stuff. So it goes a lot further sometimes in busted bags. Hey, J3GS, how my honey slinger doing? I sure gonna miss you and bamming it in there this year from the Soul Family Expo. That hurts my feelings. But that's all right. When y'all see me next year, I'll be jumping up, clicking my heels, saying it's no place like the expo. It's no place like the expo. um, Miss JKG says, I also look for deals at thrift stores, and I learned to make a good soil and plant comfrey and use garden waste to make super juice for fertilizer. Let me tell you right now, I have two 55-gallon barrels out in my backyard right now full of super juice that froze during the winter, and they almost tilted over, but I put a few bricks under the bottom and they leaning like this, and I got super juice that bubbled all the way to the top. Right now it's raining, so it's gonna melt some of that ice. I'm gonna lose some of that super juice, but I got a lot in there. And before the fall ended, I loaded that bad boy up with um spent greens and pepper plants and banana peels and all kinds of stuff in there. So, oh, once that stuff melt, it will burn your eyebrows off if you have any. So, but I'll be able to give my plants a kickstart because I'm gonna start some seedlings inside. I got all these seeds. I got a big bag of potting soil back there. I want to pot up the figs that's in the window, and I want to start some seed stuff, but it's still too early for us because it's still wintertime here in Ohio. It's only 39 degrees even with the rain. They say temperature is to rise, but rise to them is 40, 45 degrees. So that's still too cold to plant outside. But I've been watching everybody's winter sowing videos. I was watching CC and um, mm, Nikki and what have you. And I just realized I got bags and bags full because I do recycle of water bottles. I used to drink, like she said, milk and juice, but I don't drink as much like that anymore. So um, I could use those to plant, what I want to start. So I have no excuse. I found I had put it up and I forgot where I misplaced it, my soldering iron. I found that so I could put my holes in the bottom, and I got my sharp scissors to have cut them open. So I had the supplies. I don't have an excuse. I'm home all day. I can't go anywhere. I can't really do anything. So, but I can't plant now because it's really still too early. But I can get all my supplies together. So when I'm ready, I have no excuse for not being able to do it. Serena said, what do plants drink at social gatherings? Compost tea. Okay. Cheryl said, yes, I bring my buckets and fill them up with compost. Yeah. And then, too, I have a little bucket in here in the kitchen that when I peel potatoes or I cut off, pieces of carrots or celery, whatever, I put them in there. When I fill it up, I just take it outside and dump it in the barrel. It'll break down. And then when I think it's broke down enough and there's still some debris floating on top, I scoop it out and throw it in one of the garden beds. It'll break down even more because I just turn it over in the soil because it's already just about all the juices gone out of it, but it's still got that fibrous uh, tinge to it that can really add to the soil. Backyard garden. Flo, how are you, sweetheart? This month they put $400 on my mortgage in Florida. That's oh, that's like a balloon payment or something. My mortgage in Florida. That's highway robbery. They stuck you up in your face. Oh, ouch. I hate to hear that. Grammy's Journal. Good evening to you too, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in this evening. So the topic this evening is that Have you learned anything from the little garden community that helped you save money on gardening? Because not everybody has had previous experience. Some people don't know where to start with seeds, but they also need equipment. I just want to read off some of the stuff that I just happened to write down in my book. Now, the killer part about this, I really never thought about it because I've been doing it so long. To me, it's just second nature in regards to replacing worn out tools or adding stuff to it. Like, oh, I forgot to add linseed oil that I would add to the wooden handles on my trowels or shovels or whatever. But this is just a few things, and this is just one side of the list that I wrote down. And you guys let me know in the chat if any of this sound familiar to you. I have tools. I have shovels, spades, hand tools, gloves, hats, the new thing with the sleeves, boots, glasses. And not only am I talking about regular glasses, I'm talking about sunglasses when the sun is bright outside in the summertime. Yeah. And you're trying to reflect some of that light off your eyes. Fans, I see a lot of them now with those little neck fans to help keep them cool while they're working out in the garden. Mm. Wheelbarrows. All right. Trolleys. I've seen people use to put up under heavy plants to move them from one spot to another. Lawn bags. I don't know if everybody use lawn bags, but we call them refuge lawn bags here, where you can put your debris in if you don't want to put it in a compost pile or you want to sit it on the curb, especially if it's debris that's diseased and stuff, and you don't want to put it in your compost pile or whatever that you just totally need to get rid of it because it might be infested or poisonous even. Um, let's see, chicken coops. People have started to get animals now and pets. Some of them are meat birds. Some they use as pets, and other they use to lay eggs. Rabbits, they use the meat and the manure from the rabbits. Turkeys, people growing their own turkeys. Quails, people starting their own little hutch with quail. Fertilizers, and fertilizers can be organic or non-organic because a lot of times when people start off new, they don't know the difference between organic and commercial kinds. So um, they might have a lot of used and unused fertilizers sitting in their basements or in their garages or tool shed that once they learn what they were about, whether they were synthetic and not organic, that's just sitting in there taking up space. Dogs. Some people have pets. A lot of the videos we see, people have pets, and some of them are guard dogs to help keep the rabbits out the yard or deer out the yard or coyotes or whatever might be an issue in regards to keeping certain and maybe even two-legged ones out of the yard. And they have to teach their pets not to pee on stuff and trample over in their garden as well. Chicken wire. Everybody got chicken wire, one way or the other. It's either to make a defense against other animals, or it might be a cage around your plants and stuff. Keep from the deer rubbing up against the base of a tree, marking its territory, or whatever. So it's a lot of uses for chicken wire as well. Bamboo stakes. Staking up peppers or tomatoes if you don't have cages. Um, you use that, and also you can build a form or a teepee for vining plants and what have you. Twine. Twine is used to wrap around and hold some sticks together or to tie a plant to a stick. It could be used in so many ways. It could be dabbled from the top for a vine to grab and the tendrils attach and grow upward. Twine has quite a few uses, okay? T-posts. We know a lot of people need T-posts to frame around a garden and put up their chicken wire or whatever. Let me see. I know I'm behind in the chat. Oh, let me see. Oh, resilient dad. Ah, there go my son. Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Did I say hi to it's the Frugal Ma? Money in the chat. Money in the chat. Hey, ho, hey, ho. Money in the chat. Chat, Check, check, check. Thank you. 1 minute I can see out these glasses, and the next minute I can't. Let me try another pair. I got so many pair of glasses around here. Oh shoot, these aren't too much better. I knew I should have put my drops in after the live. So if I seem like I'm squinting, it's because I am. Oh, everybody's saying hello. Hey, Nikki. Thank you for stopping in to see that. I appreciate you saying hello to everybody. Everybody saying hello to one another. That's a good thing. Oh, let's see. Sylvia says, I'm rooting figs too. Black, what's that? Medea and raspberry latte. They are getting leaves. I just pray them took. Yeah. I wanted to get that one that I hear Odom talking about, old dog, about the Bardo. I want to try that particular one too. Yeah. It just sounds fancy. Yes, indeed. I'm dreading opening my bucket of super juice from 2024. Well, Mike, if you're a little smooth on top, you ready for a full head of hair? Because it might just do that. Oh, yeah. I saw that too. I was listening in the background. Um, a resilient dad with them talking about that movie last night. I listen a lot sometimes in the chats because if I'm not feeling well, I really don't want to sit and try to type everybody individually because I think that's insulting of people saying hi to you and you don't say hi back. But I listen in the background and enjoy the laughter and the camaraderie amongst one another in the chat. So a lot of times, y'all, if I don't answer or you don't see me, don't mean I'm not paying attention. And a lot of times I watch you on the big screen. You know, you can hit a thumbs up, but you can't leave a comment. You either have to go on your computer or on your phone in order to leave people comments. And I know I like people to leave me comments, so I figured they would like the same thing as well, you know. So, but yeah, everybody's saying hello. Okay, I might need uh, a hazmat team on standby. Like you ain't got a lick of sense. I'm gonna stay way back too. I don't want to end up smelling like it. You know, like if you be around somebody that's smoking or in a smoky area, you end up smelling like it. Your hair, your skin, your clothes. Well, it might be the same way with that super juice. I might walk in the house and my auntie look at me like, "What is wrong with you?" Yeah. Hey, that's my art. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. A resilient dad. Oh, Perry Terrier flying in the air with a red cape and a smile on his face. Well, you go right ahead. Oh, money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Woohoo! Thank you once again. I appreciate that. Oh, hey, Analytic Gardener, how are you? That's all right. I understand about being in the bushes. Yes, indeedy. Sometimes that's where you have to be. But I'm glad you stopped in to say hello. My state is in an increasing fire danger until we get rain, which is likely Sunday. Oh, well, I hope and pray everything go the way y'all get the rain that you need, Serena. It sure was. Thanks for supporting. Thank you. Thank you so much. Everybody saying hello to one another. Okay. Hey, Darth, how are you? X, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's it? Mike hated gardening, lifting the lid on some 511 buckets can have skunks. I can see Mike's all his little squirrels lined up laying in a row like they didn't passed out. That's right, y'all. Hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Yes, he is. My internet son is incredible. It's funny. I have gotten used to super juice. Yeah. Oh no, I don't never get used to super juice. My super juice be so loud. I hear neighbors 3 doors down the street saying, "What the is that smell?" Can't repeat what they said, but hell yeah, it had me giggling over here. Yeah, mustard is a biofungulant. Plant it, let it go to seed, pull it, plant squash, and you're a lot less likely to have squash bugs. Okay, Now, do you know that for a fact, or is that information you learn and you passing it on? Hey, Babbitt, say put your hands in that dirt. So because I keep my hands in the dirt, I rarely wear gloves. Yeah, me too. I like to feel. Like when you're pulling weeds, sometimes if you got gloves on, you can't feel if you got the whole weed. Sometimes you'll hear it snap because you were pulling too tight. But when you have your hands on it, you can feel if it's loosening up. You can even wiggle it a little bit to help loosen it up. And then you can pull the whole weed out, roots and all, and you don't have to worry about it coming back. So, yeah, but I got all those wood chips out there, and my step grandson says he got a friend who got a backhoe, and he'll help me spread those chips as soon as we get at least a week of dry weather so we can move everything before I start planting out the garden. Um, got a heat mat to spot. Yeah, my stepdaughter, she bought me a heat mat. We were at Wally World one day. She said, "Mom, get whatever you want." I was like, "For real?" And the first thing I grabbed was a heat mat, and she just laughed. She said, "I knew it had to be something for that garden." I was like, "Well, you said I can get." She said, "Yeah." Uh, Violet D. Bardot fig. I might have one. Ooh, really? Send me a text. Send me a text, email. I forget there's a difference. Hey, Tia, how are you? Trump go. How are you? I'm hanging in there. Excuse me. I'm sitting here with my leg propped up and my ice pack over here. Uh, Trying to keep everything under control. Yeah, it's been acting up today. I've been kind of low profile today. So, but I feel like this. A lot of folks didn't wake up today. I can say I woke up this morning. So I figured that was a start. And I've gotten through the day. I've had a good dinner. I got my snacks here. I got my junk. I got my peanut M&Ms and peanut clusters, and all kinds of good junk over here. So I'm good. I got my water. Next time I take my pain meds, be 11 o'clock. By that time, I'll be ready to go back to sleep. So I figured, one day at a time. That's all I'm doing is one day at a time. Just worry a little bit about the swelling, but we think we almost got it under control. But I'm going to keep smiling. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You know, that's all I can say. Whenever I play in my super juice, I come inside. I always ask, do it stink? You know it. It might not last long, but you know it stink. If super juice smelled like a rose, they wouldn't be calling it super juice. They'll call it something else like a rose. Oh, Miss Linda. Oh, you caught me off guard there. Oh my goodness. Let me character lifting baby lemon in the air to congratulate him. Oh, thank you so much. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. 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 Woo woo. Thank you so much, Miss Linda. I appreciate the New Orleans garden. Thank you so much. You can't grow potatoes and onions together because the onions will get in the potatoes' eyes and make them cry. All right, Serena, that was cute. Yeah, the answer's always yes for super juice. Would you tell her again? Super juice, if it smells sweet, it would be a rose. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. Miss Linda, I was watching your video. I was listening to it and watching it at the same time on and off. And I was looking at the buds on Fiona and your other figs and stuff opening up. I was just like, ooh, here she go. Get ready, get started. I was just like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Say so bon. I appreciate y'all. I do. I'm gonna get back to my list. I think I remember where I stopped off at. Let's see. Oh, I left off at Twine. Oh, T-post. Now greenhouse. Everybody's trying to get greenhouses now, whether it's from one of those off-brand stores or whether they're having it custom built or whether they're buying the kits and putting them together, or whether they're building it from scrap material that they might have laying around and they can see that they can make one. So greenhouses and because they start off as hoop houses and then they went to greenhouses and then people got, they kind of stepped up their A game on the grade of the greenhouse. Not everybody wanted the little lightweight plastic one. Some went into the hard plastic or the glass or what have you. So the degree of the builds of the greenhouses changed and they're still changing. And people are always looking for a good sale on a greenhouse. Wood, we know wood was ridiculous. What they wanted for one piece of wood, you could have almost built a doghouse with one plank. Nah, wood was through the roof. I wanted to build my hoop house, and I got everything for my hoop house. I have the 6 mil plastic. I have the cattle panels. I have the screws. I have the U shape. I got everything but the wood because it was ridiculous. I was going to get pressure treated, and I only need maybe about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 pieces of wood. But what they wanted for one plank was almost 50, $60. And I was like, no way, Jose. So then I was listening to my friend who said, get you some pallets, take the nails out, break them down, get you a couple of 4x4s, cut them down, center supports, and you can build your whole bottom of your hoop house and put the rest of your hoop house together. So that's what I'm getting ready to do because wood is ridiculous. And another one on here was nails. Galvanized nails, they gotten expensive too to put together in your hoop houses. Raised beds, and I'm not talking about the galvanized ones. Some of us have raised beds made from wood. A lot of us are moving up to the galvanized ones, but before we really got into that and the prices got cheaper, because galvanized beds used to be through the roof and they have come down tremendously for people to really indulge themselves into them, whether they're square or oblong or round or whatever. And people are really getting into the galvanized and getting away from the wood. Let's see what else I have on here. The galvanized ones. All right, bird netting. Okay, a lot of us got blueberry bushes and fruit trees. So we're trying to save our crops. So we really gotten into the bird netting. And not only that, I'm seeing a lot of people saying they're having birds, and I've seen that too, peck at certain vegetables, especially when it's super hot and they're thirsty and they're looking for something to drink. They will peck at your tomatoes and eat lettuce and stuff if they're thirsty enough. So, yeah, sometimes you have to put bird netting over your whole garden. All right. Yes, ma'am. I won't forget, Dolores. Thank you. Hey, Kay Renee, how are you? Yeah. Tigsy. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. I'm a fake it till I can make it, Tigsy. Ah, yeah. So these are just a few things. Everybody saying hello to one another. And another one, insect covers. A lot of people are getting into the tool to put over their gardens to try to keep the aphids out, try to save their brassicas and other plants, as far as that. And you get on the top as well underneath. So you got a lot of stuff. Jeanette Cruzy said, I'm not sure about a greenhouse or cold frame. Yeah, but it's different strokes for different folks. Some people have the room to put those in, some people don't. And some people make other provisions. You see people make makeshift. They go into the electrical department and they get some of the piping and what have you and bend it over and plumbing and get some of their piping and bend it over. And they make their own little mini greenhouses and stuff. I mean, people are getting more creative when it comes to covering their vegetables, to saving them from bugs, birds, bees, or whatever they don't want in there. Yes, indeedy. Hey, Natural Yard, just getting in, saying hello before you shut it down for the night. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate you for coming in. I really do. Everybody saying hello to one another. I'm trying to get down to any questions I might have missed. Had to use fall leaves to make black gold. I got a backyard full of fall leaves. where it blew up against the garage. I normally bag them, but I didn't mess with them because my knee was acting up. They still back there breaking down. So all these new galvanized beds I have in the garden lot, I'm gonna rake them up and take them over there. And I got a lot of branches from a lot of these trees around here. I break them up, and I'm gonna fill the bottom of my galvanized beds, and then I will add soil on top. But I have enough to fill quite a few beds before I try to add any soil. So that's going to save a lot on money. And also, that will be natural compost breaking down and adding to the soil over the years. Um, Serena said, which flowers are almost kissing? She said, tulips. Okay. Sylvia said, I need the real greenhouse. Girl, I couldn't agree with you more. Woo! Mine is a 6x8 and the plastic cover needs to be replaced. It was given to me, so I guess I can purchase another cover. Okay, well that was a nice gift. Um, the New Orleans garden. I have both galvanized raised beds and wooden beds that I built. I remember that, and I remember. I think if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, maybe the first galvanized bed you got was a gift from growing out the box. Yeah. Cheryl said, I did get a Quentin. I almost got one with a free raised bed. Okay. I never had one, so I'm looking forward to using them both. Okay. Wait, that sounds like a win-win situation all the way around. You can start your seedlings in the greenhouse and then take them out and add them in the raised beds. Ooh, that sounds like a real good deal. Yeah, those birds are a nuisance. Yeah. And you know what's funny, y'all? I used to have problems with snails going around my strawberries. So I learned a long time ago to take eggshells and crush them up and put them around. You know, when they slide their bodies over the eggshells, the sharp edges slice their bodies and they get dehydrated and die. But every time I put the eggshells down, the birds kept snatching them up. And I'm like, okay, something's not right about this picture. So I started, I said, let me do some research because something's not right. Come to find out, birds will eat eggshells to make their eggshell harder. They want the protein and the calcium that the eggshells provide to help them in production of their own eggs. That I did not know, but I learned. So in the summertime, I would actually, well, not summer, spring, before they start building their nest, I would actually crush up a bunch of eggshells and put them in the bird bath. And I can come out there the next day and all those eggshells will be practically gone. Yeah. So little FYI, if you didn't know, now you do. Okay. I put mash bags over my tomatoes. Squirrels are relentless with the tomatoes. Yeah, I've seen. Who was I watching? Uh, Miss Georgia Peach Nut, and she had her bags over her tomatoes, and the squirrels or whatever bit through the bags to the tomatoes. If they want your tomatoes bad enough, that mash bag ain't gonna do jack. I didn't think that was possible either until I saw it, until she showed it, and I was like, wow, that's desperation. That's desperation. And most likely it's the female species might be feeding her babies or she might be pregnant and she needs the juice or the protein or whatever from that particular plant. So yeah. Oh, see you, Bam. Hi, everybody. Okay. Bam leaving out. All right. Bam, if you're leaving out, I missed you. Good night. Talk to you later. Uh Mother Nature uses leaves. She knows best. Oh yeah. Well, the earth was made to reproduce on its own. It was man was here in the garden to look after it. Everything that was growing in the garden had a purpose, how to reproduce. Just like in the forest. The forest has the richest soil out there because all those leaves break down. You got your mushrooms, you got your worms that will come in and cultivate and eat all of that and bring it back down through the soil. The soil, when you walk through a forest, you don't walk on hard ground, not unless you're walking on a trail that's been beaten down for a while. But naturally, the soil is soft and supple. It holds moisture. It's full of, I mean, you can just stick your hand in it and pull up just goo gobs of worms. The forest floor is amazing. It's full of all kinds of proteins and vitamins and stuff. All the stuff that we wish that was in our regular garden is on the floor of forests and parks and stuff. Anywhere where there's a lot of trees. Oh. Yeah, and sometimes I try my neighbors, if they cut their grass and the leaves at the same time, I really like to swoop them up because that's a nice combination of the green and the brown, the carbon and stuff, and that breaks down. It heats up real fast. You can throw it in a pile in the corner in the wintertime, and you can literally see the heat steaming up off the pile because it's breaking down. It's been broken down so small till it doesn't take it long for it to really just turn into soil, and you could just see nature in its own natural works in regards to it being decomposed. And you don't see snow on top because the pile is hot. Yeah. Uh, Something I said. I used to hate my neighbor's tree dropping leaves in my yard. No, when they rake, I ask for the ones in their yard too. See, yeah, you learn. You learn. Some people pay attention to what's going on around them in regards to how people work in their yards. What yard sprinkle whatever that is on their grass to get rid of dandelions and stuff, and you really don't want that particular grass cuttings, or they spray certain trees with certain stuff, and you definitely don't want those leaves as well. So you become a little more mindful of your surroundings as far as how your neighbors keep up their yards, and then that makes you even mindful in regards to how you care and dispose of your own garden waste in your own yard. How that you could take that and just, how do you say, turn it over instead of throwing it out. Your pile of trash that goes out to the curb becomes a lot lighter because you learn to reuse a lot of the stuff in your home. So that's less to throw out. And that includes paper bags, that includes newspaper, cardboard, as well as your scraps, from your kitchen, or dead plants or soil that you have where a plant then died, or you done up potted it and you still had some soil left over, and you mix it with the rest of it, and it just all breaks down, and just keep that process going. So you become a little more mindful in regards to what you throw away and how much of it you throw away and what's useful. Mike said they like kids. They prefer junk over veggies. Since I give water and peanuts, they ignore my garden. Yeah, sometimes you do that because I used to keep a bird feeder out in the wintertime to keep them off my plants come springtime too, because they like the little young and tender, seedlings to come up. They're sweet. Yeah. Uh, Natural Yard says, good idea, Mike. Thanks. I will try to water things. Squirrels are selfish. They will take a bite out of every time. Oh, they'll take a bite out of more than just tomatoes. They just might hit them first because that might be what's ripe and full at the time. Yeah. Everybody's saying they're going to take your suggestion, Mike. Yeah, I have a bird feeder too, and that helps keep them out. All of my galvanized raised beds are from growing up. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if all of them were, but I know the first one I saw that you had got came from him. So that was a beautiful gift. You all right back there? Hmm. Okay. My girl over there. Which flower requires eye protection to look at? Sunflowers. Okay, Serena. They bite to get the moisture. If hungry, they'll take the entire fruit. Oh yeah, yeah. They'll eat it off right there. You'll go back and it'll only be a stem left. I have. Oh, okay. Y'all read that already. Okay. Oh, Tampa. Hey, hon, how are you? Why, thank you. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. Money in the chat. 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 Woohoo! Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do. I do. I do. I do. I do. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Okay, y'all scaring me. Oh my goodness. Money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Woo woo, woo woo. Money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Woo woo. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Oh, thank you. Love you too, Tampa. Girl, y'all killing me here. You're making my heart just, whew. Thank you so much. Money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Whew. Money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Woohoo. Thank you. Hey, you grow roll, what's up? How are you? Yeah. Mike, you're throwing some good suggestions in here. You got folks in here in church ready to just turn it all out. But yeah, yeah, you provide water and other little things for your animals in your yard. They'll have a tendency of less attacking your um, vegetable garden as much as possible. Uh, Ann said, I learned about super juice here in the community. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, you more than welcome. We learn a lot of stuff in this community. This community is just awesome. Uh, don't be afraid of your blessings. Ain't that the truth? Excuse me. Let me see if I can read some more. Oh, this list is long now. Yeah, this is not one of them short lists, okay? Because I never really paid attention to all the things that we gather or look at or become mindful of before. You might have passed it in the store and never gave it a second thought. Now you'd be like, ooh, is this on sale? You'd be ready to snatch it up in a heartbeat, you know? I think I stopped at bird netting, insect covers, fruit net bags. That was another one you guys had already touched on about putting around individual clusters of grapes or apples or peaches in your yard to try to keep the animals out of. Frost covers, a new one that people are getting into over their fruit trees or green stalks or whatever in their yard to help slow down possibility of losing plants. Tarps. Tarps is a oldie but a goodie. It's been around for a while. You know, some people put tarps down to keep the weeds down and put, grow bags and whatever on top of that. Some of it use it to add other stuff in the yard and pull it over and dump it and use it in compost piles. Tarps have a lot of use. Oh, gee, you must have a money, must make a money in the chat. But yeah, I got to. Yeah. I'm still learning how to do all kinds of stuff. I'm not like some of y'all when it comes to all the IT stuff, but I'm working on it. I got my IT person. We actually talked the day before the chat got started. So, yeah, I'm already ahead of you on that one. Oh, Country Hustle. Hey, how are you? Thank you. Thank you for coming in this evening. And again, money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, money in the chat, 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 chat. Woo-hoo. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't see this coming. So believe me, y'all just making my jaws hurt. And y'all making me so happy right now. Yeah, I gotta talk to my IT person to see what we can do about that. I know you're in the chat, so you heard that, right? Oh, Miss Kelsey, thank you for stopping in this evening. Yeah, it's becoming a happy Thursday. Y'all help brighten up my day. Oh, hey, Jamaica. Somebody saying hi, Jamaica. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, let me tell you, when I saw her greenhouse at first and she told me where she got it from, I was like, oh man, I was all up in that. I was like, man, just before I was getting ready to buy it, that's when they said, oh, you got surgery coming. I was like, I want a greenhouse so bad. But like I said, I'm going to just forego the one I really want and I'm going to just try to hoop house for now. I figure sometimes you got to crawl before you walk. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen this summer. I'm looking forward to some good things happening this summer. The educated natural. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you for coming in this evening. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Uh, did you know that pepper is half peas? No, I did not know that. My IT just gave me a heads up. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm gonna hit back at the list because I know a lot of y'all are familiar with this list because now that y'all done got into gardening, you use a lot of these tools that I'm telling you about. Sun covers. I couldn't think of the name that y'all call them where y'all have them at different degrees, 50%, 75%, where you can put over your gardens to the sun. So the sun's not so bright. I know somebody in the chat to tell me what it is, but I can't think of it. Pots, different kinds of pots. We got all different kinds of pots, different colors of pots, and cloth. Yeah, the cloth bags, plastic or clay pots. Some people like using clay pots for their herbs because they can keep them contained without them going running all over the yard and taking over everything. Serena said, "How do you turn a fruit into a vegetable? Throw a watermelon up in the air and it will come down." Oh, I didn't get that. You're doing fine, Miss Shirley, on the IT stuff. You have so much help in our YouTube. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My IT already didn't drop a line already in here saying they'll be helping me shortly, so I'm already good. Pepper, 6 letters, 3 P's. There you go. I'm glad you broke that down, Serene. Shade cloth. Thank you, Jeanette. I could not think of shade cloth for nothing. Yeah, yeah. You got them all different degrees. You got it 35%, 50%, 75% as far as the thickness for coverage over your plants. And that was just some of the stuff on the first page, y'all. clamps, clamps, or rope. A lot of people use the clamps to hold down their plastic around their plants or what they call row covers or around their tool for to keep out the insects, what have you. They got all those different clips and clamps and ropes and different kinds of wires. Wire cages. People are making their own wire cages to wrap around individual plants. Plastic cones. I got a few here that I'm going to use out in the garden, and the cloches too, where you can turn the top to either keep the humidity in and the heat, and you can open it up to air it out to let some of the heat out. And then I thought this was funny, but it's so true. Our phones. We use our phones for recording and cameras that we use as well. And selfie sticks. Okay, we use that as part of our equipment in gardening. Grow lights for the ones who grow inside. What I got? Seedling star pots, the little square pots where you have them from the small to the big ones until you transfer them outside. Whether you use the silo cups or the styrofoam, whichever floats your boat when you're planting your plants in. The watermelon will squash on the ground when it opens, when it comes down. I got you. I got you. So yeah, so that's some of that, and the trays that go underneath them, the watering trays. How people have to buy. And I just thought about something else: the mosquito bites and bits that you might add to the water to help keep down the fungus gnats or mosquitoes that might come in when you're watering. Some people bought watering cans, 1 gallon, 2 gallons, and then it just dawned on me: the sprayers. People used to spray their fruit trees or spray the what growing out the box called the whey on the leaves for powdery mildew and stuff. I forgot about that. Yeah, uh, rain barrels. We use anything for rain barrels, from trash cans to real barrels to whatever 5 gallon buckets, whatever we could use to collect rainwater on a rainy day. Hoses. You need a water hose to go out into your garden to water your garden. And nozzles. They got different nozzles. They got what they call the wand with all the different features on it where you can have the spray or narrow or shower or whatever on there as far as that. That's part of equipment that you add in your garden as well because you need that. Let's see what else on here I got. Irrigation systems. We got some folks who are advanced in regarding to adding irrigation systems because They might have a schedule that's so busy they can't stand out there early in the morning and water their garden. So they might be tired when they come in from work, and all they need to do is turn the hose on. Or in some cases, some people have what they call automatic system hooked up, that at certain times of the day it will cut on and run for an hour or two and cut itself off. So it depends on whether you like to hand water personally, or whether you need to put it on a system or whatever. Okay, family. Jada made some tacos and lemon pepper chicken wings. I'm going at it. I ain't mad at you. Tell her congratulations on cooking up a storm. Enjoy. Have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by, Miss Linda. I appreciate you. Have a good evening. Serena says, "What do clouds wear to formal events? Rainbows." Okay, cute. Oh, so yeah. These is just a few things that I've been jotting down. Soaker hose. Yep, soaker hose. They coming out there with those as well. I got a few of them as well to add in the garden. That's nice. Once you turn them on, you can kind of walk away and let them soak for a while. Turn them off. Hey, Cassandra South Fulton. Been driving and listening, enjoying the chat while waiting on my grandson to get back to school from his field trip. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this field trip and you be careful out there on the way home. Green stocks. A lot of us have got into green stocks and still buying them, and they study putting stuff on sale and upgrading. They just had the new lids that put on the green stocks now that you can open up and keep, leaves and other debris out to keep from clogging up the hole while you're watering your green stock. Yours truly, Natasha. Hey, good evening. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. I do. And let's see, landscaper cloth. For the ones who like landscaper cloth and don't have wood chips down to help keep the weeds down, help keep your shoes and feet dry, they got landscaper cloth down for the ones who haven't added. And I've just been talking about it all evening. Wood chips. That's a new one people been adding on it. They're getting the free chips. Like I got at least 3 trucks of wood chips that need to be spread out in my garden out there. So yeah. Serena said I transplanted dwarf pak choy in the green stock yesterday. Had it covered with a blue tarp during freezing weather, and as it warmed up into the 70s, so hopefully the soil temperature was at least 50 degrees. Okay, nice. Soldering iron, I brought that up. Milk jugs and water bottles for all the ones who are doing winter sowing. It might not just be milk jugs or water bottles, it might be juice, any kind of plastic container. It might be from a salad. I got a couple of them from salads I've been eating. I'm going to hold on to them because it has the top to it, and I can turn them into a mini greenhouse. All I got to do is take my soldering iron and add a few drainage holes in the bottom and start some seeds in that as well. Um, I see a lot of people starting a lot of seeds. Excuse me. I would love to do that, but I don't have the water system set up to water that many plants. So I have to use discretion on how much stuff I want to grow. I have to have maybe two of this or two of that. I can't have more than two or three of any plant in my yard due to the fact that I'm trying to work with my neighbor to see. I got an IBC that my neighbor gave me. And if I can get the neighbor on the opposite side of me, who is a new neighbor, to hook their gutter system up to my IBC and fill that up, then I could plant like a mad dog because I will have the water to do that. I have to depend on rain and taking water pitchers of water from this house over to the lot to keep things watered. And when it's extremely hot, that becomes very hard when you have a lot of plants. It gets tiring real quick and it always don't get done as efficiently as I would like it to be. So therefore, I can't really garden like I want to until I get this water supply situation set up. But I'm really working on it hard to convince my neighbor in regards to sharing my bounty with him if I could, get rid of that water. Where did that net come from? I hadn't seen one in days. Natural yard sale. I have been using pine needles lately. I have a small space, so not much weeding. Yeah, all right. My neighbor next door got this huge pine tree, and it's just got needles everywhere. It's nice because I gather them; they don't mind. And I have rhododendrons and azalea, which are acid-loving plants, and they love the pine needles. So I help him; he helps me, and it's free. Another way to barter. Um. Natural yard sale. I am going to start peppers and okra seeds indoor next week early, but I am sick of waiting. I am too. Yeah, yeah. I must try. Hey, you grow. Have you started your peppers and tomatoes? I know you further south from me, so I know you guys are a little warmer than we are. So I just want to know, have you started? I normally start around the 15th of March. Laura's Garden and more. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. I do, I do, I do. Yeah, you get a little itchy, when you want to plant stuff because you can't plant too early because when they get so big, you have nowhere to put them and you don't want to lose your plants. Hey, Sammy Joe, 1982. Homestead, thank you for stopping in. I hope it ain't past your bedtime because I know your time different from ours here. Oh, Mike says it's been warm the last couple of days. I want to drop seeds outside, but I'm months away. All right. Yeah, you just like me here. It's almost like a crackhead. You're like, oh man, I want to drop this on. No, can't do it because it's going to be ready to go out and can't go out. Yeah. Me too. Okra and peppers, also tomatoes. Yeah, I want to drop everything right about now. I do. I got plant lights, the whole 9 yards. I'm ready to really get into it. Even my plants in the basement. I got all my figs got new leaves on it. I got a couple of new pet pups on my banana plant and stuff. Everything looking good. And I was like, they have nowhere to go. They got to stay down there until at least June almost. That I know that it's warm enough and no accident of a frost that might come and kill everything overnight. I would be devastated. Talking about heartbroken, I give a whole new meaning to falling out. For sure. Natural yard, Cheryl, yes. Tomatoes also. Good idea. I can't plant outside until first week of May in my area. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be the end of May for us, hopefully. Because we've had snowstorms and blizzards last year that took out a lot of stuff. It took out a lot of I had like 80 or 90 blossoms on my peach tree. After that surprise snowstorm, it happened 2 weeks in April, back to back. I got 5 or 6 peaches. I was so hurt that survived that sudden cold. Serena said, which pepper will haunt you if you're not careful? The ghost pepper. Okay. Mike said, I won't put my bonnets, etc. out until nights are 55 lowest. Yeah. And it has to be at least 7 days in a row for it to be that way. If you got one day that's not at that same degree, it's not safe to put it out. You got to wait for that underground temperature to equal out the temperature above ground so that you don't lose it to cold. Yeah. Yeah, this weather is bipolar. Like I said, like right now, it's 37 degrees and cloudy. It was raining earlier like cats and dogs. You can hear the rain hitting up against the windows. So times have changed in regards to our weather here. So, and weeks before that, we were like -6 degrees and everything was frozen like an ice rink. This weather's so crazy. And they wonder why the flu and cold season isn't over yet. This is pneumonia weather too. We had 32 degrees the other day, which it felt like a heat wave compared to that -6. You seen folks out there in shorts and flip flop, a winter coat on, mind you, and a hat, but they got on shorts and flip flops, and we like, really? Okay, all right, and we left that alone. Yeah. So, if you understand my list that I gave today, I'm quite sure some way or another it hit your pocket or you understand the whole science behind gardening. That it's not just something that you just jump up and do just because you got a plot of land. It takes some preparation. Anything that you do needs prep work. Anything you need to do or start, you need to make sure you got a good foundation. Because if the foundation is not right, nothing else is going to stand. So there's just certain things that you must do in order for your garden to thrive. And this is why we're always adding compost and super juice and 511 and whatever else you got in your yard to improve your soil. Because, like I said, you feed your soil feeds your plants, and your plants feed you. So that is a vicious cycle that must be kept up at all times in order for you to get the results that you're looking for in your garden. And you want to try to be as organic as possible. Nothing is absolutely 100% organic, but you try to give your plants a fighting chance, and whatever you give them to feed on to be absorbed so that you can get the results that you're looking for. You, Roro, said, I started my peppers just now getting germination. Won't start my tomatoes till mid-March. Okay, and that's why I said about March 15th I would start mine. But peppers might take a little longer. I know tomatoes don't take that long as peppers do. So that's a good idea. I can do that. Serena said, I have regular pak choy and mammoth red rock cabbage growing in the cells of my seed starting tray. Okay, that's what you like. I'm glad you enjoyed it and you got it started. Yeah. Ooh. All right. Yeah. Let me see if I can see it again. Okay. I'm just keeping up with the time because I know when I get through, I will take my pain meds for the night. I'm not going to wait that late tonight. I don't think I can do it. Serena said the regular soil temperature is not warm enough to plant out the cabbage. Yeah, might be true that here we can't plant anything outside, not even cool weather stuff because of the temperature. You growers say today I noticed my apple trees are budding. I think they're too early. I may have to cover them. Yeah, anytime the sun comes out as bright as it's been, even though it's not warm, it seems like it warms up the trees a lot faster and they start budding. I haven't been over in the lot, so I haven't had a chance to go over there and check my peach and apple trees. I'm scared to look. Like I said, I start my peppers in April. Okay. Yeah, I start mine pretty much April 15th. Yeah, tax day. And the rest of them I start the first weekend in March. Yeah. So by the time the ground should warm up evenly by the end of May, first week in June, I can start dropping stuff, including putting out my potatoes. I got some potatoes left over from last year, my Yukon Gold and red and sweet potatoes. Actually, I'm finna put my sweet potatoes in some water so I can start my slits now. I'm gonna try both ways. I seen you guys try it in the little silver bake pans in soil and some in water. I like the water. I like, looking at it and adding fresh water every day and watching the roots develop in there. And it's a nice sunny window and it doesn't take them no time to start my slits on my sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna try both methods just to see how well I can get that going. Serena said, I'm in central Oklahoma, zone 7A. Last frost date is April 15th. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you're starting stuff now. All right. Should be nice because they always say anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost day. So, it sounds like you got a pretty good jump on things, Serena. So, go for it. Gail Jones, hello, hello, hello. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate you. Yeah. So, I'm really not only I'm enjoying the folks who are dropping seeds. Oh, getting stretched out. All right, she really comfortable. Um, but also watching you guys with your hydroponics. Your hydroponics been fantastic. I'm seeing how you guys are already eating lettuce out of your hydroponics already. And I see Basil loves hydroponics. I've seen so many people's basil that was just as big and healthy and beautiful. And they said, when they were trimming it back, how fragrant basil is. So I can imagine because they just look super healthy in that. So I was like, okay. So I'm really enjoying watching folks who are novice at it and beginners who are really enjoying growing in their hydroponic systems, which is I think is really cool. I have yet to start mine. Um, but who's to say that I won't soon? Maybe we'll see. I ain't gonna make no promises. Cato Family Farm. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You bro, tell them. Thank you. Hit that like button. And show. Oh, did I wake you up? I'm sorry, but you see, I'm in my live. So you either you sleep there or you go somewhere else and go to sleep. I'm busy. Don't be sitting there with that cat eye looking at me like that. This my house. my my first child. She got attitude because I woke her up. Hit that like button and show me that you love me. Just a little bit. Like, share, and subscribe. Will be greatly appreciated. Uh oh, okay. My chat just jumped. Gail saying hi to everybody. Everybody saying hi to one another. Dolores says, I enjoyed it till it got big. Now it's a full-time job. Yeah. Well, you know what? That's like anything. When you start off in the small, it's something that you can control. But then when it started getting big, you be like, whoa, now what do I do? So that's why I said you can put your little freezer back in and freeze certain stuff, put it in your freezer until you're ready to use it. Because if you don't get to it right away, it's gonna spoil just like anything else. No, Mike, it's not Annie's house. When she started paying rent every month and I can keep my money in my pocket, then it's her house. Yes, I learned a lot from you, OGs. Well, thank you. We hope that we said something that you can enjoy and take and get something out from it. You know, we try to pass on the knowledge um, that we have. Because when I initially started in this garden group, I had no idea I would have a YouTube channel. This was the furthest thing from my mind. I just want to talk to other like minded people who like gardening because I've been doing it all my life. This is not something I just jumped up and did. I've been gardening till what my grandmother say knee high to a duck because I was the first grandchild female. I had my cousin Earl, he's the first male, I'm the first female. And I would, hang with my grandma out in the garden. Terrence, hello, welcome. Terrence B. I don't ever think I seen you in my life before. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. I hope you enjoy yourself. What's up, broke farmer? My other internet son. Hey, hey, hey. And so I never thought I would be doing this. I never thought that I would meet some of you guys in person at the Soil Family Expo or get a chance to interchange in live chats and what have you. I even have some of you guys' phone numbers and we chat on the regular, which is fascinating and just amazing. I have a new extended family that I never saw coming. And I appreciate everybody, their love, their encouragement, and how we can just talk to one another and help each other out. I really appreciate you all for real, for real. Thank you all so much. You're welcome, Gail. We feel the same way. We roll and throw information at one another. Like if I don't know something, somebody else knows something. Even though I've been gardening all my life, do not mean I know everything about there is in gardening. Gardening is something that's you learn something new every day. Something that you might have tried, or something that you've seen in somebody's video and you never thought about that, you never heard about that, didn't think that was possible. Just like now, we got so many of our creators into tinctures and salves and making soaps and making seasonings. And we get a chance to help support these small business people and enjoy their products. Uh, and it's just amazing what you get. Like, I had got some soap from my Renaissance grandma, and even the package that it came in. I put that package in the bathroom because it was still smelling good and had the bathroom smelling good like it was incense. Oh my goodness, you guys are amazing. You go above and beyond the call of duty when someone says, oh, I don't like this seed. And you say, but I eat that. Can I have it? And they be like, send me your address. Shoot me an email. You'd be like, Oh, for real? And say, are you serious? It's like, yeah, just send me an email. You can have it for free. I said, well, can I barter with you? It's like, nope, there's nothing I want from you. Just send me your address and I'll mail it to you. Just like that. Where else you gonna find that kind of camaraderie? But within a group of people who are like-minded and enjoys watching each other grow. Something they might not like, might not want to try, but they it's like, but that is so cool. You didn't think you would look like that. Ah, there go my nesty, netty nest. What's up, girl? My dimple girl. What's up? How are you? Thank you for coming in. I'm glad to see you. Gail said I was my grandmother's first and was in the garden with her, but I lost my right. Ooh, okay. Oh, the chat just disappeared on me. Uh, but I lost my racing for a while, but I'm back. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of people were raised that way and didn't like it, didn't get into it then. But then as they got older, and then they found out the benefits from buying their own groceries because they were becoming disgusted with what they were buying in the stores. Like you buy the tomatoes in the store, they taste like water and they're meaty and they're not flavorful because they pick them when they're not ripe and they spray the truck so that they ripen up by the time they get to the market. And them hot house, they just nasty. I quit buying tomatoes out of the store. It's been so long ago I can't even tell you last time I bought a tomato at the store. If I can't get it out my yard or somebody else's, I don't eat them. Mm-mm. I got a freezer full of cherry tomatoes I froze that I grew out in my own garden. If I want fresh cherry tomatoes or whatever, I just go and throw them back in the sink, let them thaw out. Natural Yard said, yes, I have been making tinctures also, garlic and honey remedies. Oh yeah. And what I like about it, when you're at the Soil Family Expo and everybody has a booth, man, you get some of the best homemade stuff there and they let you sample some of their wares. Oh, you be hooked up. I don't know if my head got opened up from the air flying there, but some kind of way I was so congested and messed up that Saturday morning when we went there and they ah had the name of the stuff on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, they was giving them really free shots. That stuff started opening up my sinus and my head started draining by the time I left up out of there. Oh, I was straight. I was good to go. They had all kinds of tinctures and hot sauces and all kinds of good stuff there. That just was amazing. And it's all natural. There's no chemicals in it. There's nothing extra in it. Your body can assimilate it, break it down, and it cleans your system. I just washes everything out or run it through your system, and you're just good to go. It's amazing that we're finally learning to get back where we were meant to be from the beginning. Took us a while to get here, but now that we're here, we're taking full advantage of what there is. Now they got books flying off the shelves about herbal remedies of all kinds, how to clean out your kidneys, how to improve your eyesight, how to bring down your blood pressure, how to help with your inflammation. They got every kind of book out here that there is, and they're making a comeback and they're flying off the shelves like you wouldn't believe. It's amazing how the world has changed in regards to the pandemic changing our way of life. And I love to see other people who are taking full advantage of it. And they're not only improving, excuse me, their way of living in regards to cutting down the cost, but they're improving their way of living personally. They want to lose weight. They want to get rid of the stress of how to keep their blood pressure down or their sugar, diabetes down, or the inflammation of their joints down. They're looking for ways to improve their life personally, which help improves others that are around them, whether it's the wife or the husband or the kids or the in-laws or outlaws or whatever. how to help them to improve their way of living as well. Because as you learn this, you should pass it down to your children and others, co workers, neighbors, whomever wants to listen in regards to how their lives could be so much better if they were to grow their own produce. Because you'll bring it to work and let them taste it and try it out. And they was like, where'd you get this from? I never tasted nothing like this in the store because it didn't come from the store. It came from my yard. I would bring in bouquets of flowers and I would have people touch my flowers on my desk. I said, don't touch that. They said, is that real? I was like, yeah. I used to bring in those dinner plate sized dahlias like this, the big white ones and the yellow ones, and I used to trip them out. And then I would bring in abundance of bell peppers or tomatoes, and I bring them and I sit them on the table in the break room. I go back in there, all that stuff is gone. I see them at lunchtime sitting there to my, oh, who grew these? And they turn and look at them like, you know who grew these? And everybody been trying to get me to get a YouTube channel years ago before the pandemic, and I wouldn't do it because I didn't see any other people doing it like myself until I ran up on Led Farmer, which was on a humble, because I was looking for a line dance. And I saw him, and he made me stop, and I listened, and the rest of it is history. A lot of people ran up on Led, and that's why they had their channels now. And like they said, and the rest is history. And it was just amazing how when people started having lives and started dropping their channels and stuff, and people started listening to what they were saying, they were like, you, I've been looking for a while. And you can look at 1,001 videos on there, but so many of them are, to me, are phony and made up and so commercial. And you're like, this is not what I wanted. This is not what I'm looking for. Some kind of way, I can't connect with them. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Nah, this is not for me. And you move on and you keep looking. I've been looking at a couple of new folks that I don't normally see in our chats, but they got some fantastic gardens. They're new and they're going at it whole hog in regards to gardening. And I just love them. And they're young people. And I just enjoy listening to them. And they tell you there's no shame in their game. I don't know anything. Everything I'm learning, this is new. Some of it is a win, and some of it is failures. I'm listening to some of you guys that I see in the chat, and you're telling me try this, and I tried this, that, and the other. Some of it works, some of it different. And it's trial and error that they're going by. And it's just amazing in regards that these people are willing to be vulnerable amongst thousands of people who might watch their lives and stuff, might not, chime in on it, but just browse through and just check it out just to see what they're about. And it just amazes me how much they're learning and they're willing to fail and not take it as a failure, but as a lesson learned and try something else. And it just makes my heart happy and glad to see that these people want something more in their life. They want something better for their kids. They want to teach the next generation how to survive because the way things is going now, nothing's guaranteed. Like they say, you can come to work the next day and it'll be a wall of pink slips. And there's nothing you could say or do but grab your slip and go home. And then you got to figure out how you're going to pay your bills, how your family going to eat. And it's just a whole list of stuff that you have to worry about. So this is the time to start tightening up that belt, get those go bags together, and start planning out how you're going to survive if the grid hits the fan. That's all I got to say. I've been missing the chat. Nothing tastes as good as the tomatoes you grow yourself. That's all the veggies, to be truthful. Fire cider. Thank you. Bro knew what I was talking about. That fire cider. Yep. That fire cider knocked all that cold and inflammation out of my nasal passages and stuff. I was so good to go. I was ready to party for the rest of the weekend, but I was jacked up when I went there that morning. Yes, indeed. Yes, I like the real deal. Grassroots type folks. I had to be able to relate. Yeah, because not everybody is on the same level and page. Have you ever seen some of those videos where the yard is so neat and so professionally made up? You be like, nah, my yard will never look like this. Not in a million years. Even if I had the money to fix my yard like this, it wouldn't look like this. And it's just like it was too commercialized to me. It was, I can't say phony because these people were actually planting stuff and growing it, but it was just something about it that just didn't seem right. And I was like, nah, this not my cup of tea. And I never watched those videos again. And some of those folks I haven't seen anymore because I think I wasn't the only one that was feeling them like that. What does I know what that is. It's an anteater. Oh, hard bark. Yeah, like on its pancakes. Aunt Jemima ant sauce. Oh, answer. Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Yeah, but it's just amazing how that we found the right folks and enjoy everybody's company, comments, and I'm never too old to learn. And I guarantee you, I'm learning something new every day. Somebody will say something, I'll be like, I saw that, but I didn't try it because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. But now I done heard somebody try it and they liked it, or it seemed to make more sense in regards to how they did it. And I was like, well, let me try that. It ain't gonna cost me nothing. It ain't gonna break the bank. It ain't gonna put me too far out the pocket. And I tried it. I was like, wow, that really worked. I was like, cool beans, and then keep it moving. So it's just nice to know that you can learn stuff from other folks and achieve a whole new level of gardening or whatever. And it's just fun. It's just fun. It's just amazing. Like I said, I'm still fascinated that anytime I plant seeds for anything, and to go out and forget about it and come back and say, oh, it came up, it germinated. Oh my God. It's just something about nature that just fascinates me to the point of tears when I see stuff. I was like, I didn't know if it was gonna come up. Okay, then you're like, oh, I wonder if the rest of the stuff has come up. Let me go out here and check on this, that, and the third. It's just like you guys with your hydroponics. You'll be like looking down in the hole, like, oh, I don't see nothing germinating yet, but it swelled up. Let me give it another couple of days and see. Or you look and you'll just see some peeping right out the top. You say, oh, it germinated. It's gonna make it. And the next time you show it, plant this doggone big, you got the light up here because it's gotten so big and tall. So don't tell me y'all don't get the same kind of rush that I get when you see some germinating coming up in your garden. Because if you say you don't, you're lying. It's just your human nature to see something that you planted achieve breaking the soil or coming out the hydroponics and growing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Serena said, "What's the worst weather for rats and mice? Raining cats and dogs." Now that's cute. When vegetable hurts when you step on corn. All right, so it's a little later than I normally do. I'm getting a little thirsty. I got my water here. Do I need to get another ice pack? Nah, this one's good. So I'm gonna say good night to you all. I thank y'all so much that you came in this evening. Thank you, Serena, for your jokes. We appreciate them. Hey, Gail Jones. Hey, Mike. Netta's Ness, Nikki, Broke Farmer. Oh, all my good people that normally come in here. I appreciate all you guys. Miss Kelsey, Sammy Joe. Oh, my goodness. Tampa. Natural Yard. Oh, my goodness. Cheryl Norris, Cato family, and all you good people who have come in here this evening to sit with me and listen. I do appreciate y'all. And make sure you hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. Come back and see me next Thursday, Eastern Standard Time for Miss Shirley, OG Garden, Zone 6B. And I think Odom should, if he's coming on tonight, he hit at 9 o'clock. Go over there and check out my bro there and tease him about some onions, y'all. You know he don't like them devil's balls. As I always say, enjoy your day. Be good to yourself. And y'all come back now. You hear?